Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. Ewoma here. How una day? So guys, today's video is not one I'm very happy to film, but regardless, we need to use our voice wherever and whenever we can to create awareness of some sick things that are happening. Okay, I have come to the conclusion that all of us need therapy. All of us in this country, in fact all of us in the world, we need therapy. We are all dealing with crazy stuff. Okay, so guys, yesterday on Instagram I came across a live session by Bam Bam. If you don't know who Bam Bam is, Bamike, she's a Big Brother alumni, and that live session was like an hour long, and in that live session she exposed shocking details about her life and childhood. She talked about how she was being sexually molested as a child from the ages of 2 to 8. Very sad, right? Yeah, she talked about that, and she even went on to give us like very graphic details of how this thing happened. Okay, she talked about the fact that this thing happened a lot, especially since her parents were working parents, and then she had to grow up with nannies and all that. So please guys, let's not even use this as an opportunity or an avenue to shame working parents. Okay, this thing can even happen to children whose parents live under the same roof with them 24 hours a day, every day. Okay, so please let us just get that straight. Okay, she followed up that Instagram live with a post on her Instagram page, where she gave very graphic details of what this nanny did to her, and she even went on to explain that it's very possible, okay, there are high chances that this person that did this thing to her was also abused. Okay, the saying, hot people hurt people. And guys, after I saw that post, like, it actually made me very emotional. It brought tears to my eyes and made me realize that we have a lot of work to do, not just as parents, as members of the society. We have a lot of work to do. And before people will say, the girl child, let us not even underestimate the fact that this thing happened to boys as well. Because I also came across a post where a mom hey, I don't know, I feel some kind of way, where a mom also came out to speak about how her boy child of 3 years was being abused by the nanny. Okay, and the nanny in question is also a minor. Okay, this boy is abused, and now the boy is even addicted to it. He's always touching his privates and stuff. Like, how do you even deal with this kind of thing? Like, it seriously blows my mind. Okay guys, this thing also made me realize that people that actually prey on little children are not even the strangers that we are so scared of. They're not even the people that are outside that we are warning our children every time. Careful of strangers, don't talk to strangers, don't do with strangers. Most times, in fact 9 out of 10 times, they are members of our own household. We're talking about family, friends, relatives, nannies, teachers, spiritual leaders. See, the list goes on and on. Okay, in fact, even the Bible says that a man's own enemy is a member of his household. Now the Bible talk am. In fact, people also say that na rats when they inside house, they go let another rat for outside, no say food dey from inside. So guys, you can see that it's not even that stranger that is on the road. It's not that weird guy outside that we should even be afraid of. We should be more careful of those that live inside with us. The painful part is that many times these kids are being bullied into silence. They are being threatened with very silly reasons. You hear things like, she said if I report, she will not give me food. She said if I do this, she's going to hurt me, she's going to beat me. See, the list is endless. Also came across another post one time on Instagram of a mom seeking justice for her daughter. Allegedly, the daughter's cousin, which is like her husband's sister's child, I don't know if you guys understand, was abusing this child. So the girl finally was able to open up to her mom. When she brought the matter before family, they all told her to shut her child up. She should tell her child to keep quiet. The child is lying. Even after this cousin even confessed to this crime, even the father of the child, which is this woman's husband, was telling her that she would have apologized. She would have said sorry. She should just let the sleeping dogs lie. Okay, so we can say that we are not safe. Our kids are not safe. Outside, they are not safe. Inside, they are not safe. So we as parents have a lot of work to do. Okay, so guys, in that regards, I'm going to be sharing some tips we as parents can use to prevent our kids from being abused or molested and every other nasty thing we can think about. So guys, the first thing on my list has to be prayer. I cannot overemphasize this, guys. See, we need to pray more. And please, I am not in any way saying that the parents of kids that this kind of things happen to do not pray. Please don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that we need to understand the place of prayer. We need to pray. I have heard cases where, they bring in a nanny and few minutes after or few moments later, the nanny says she wants to leave. She cannot stay. She's uncomfortable. She feels hot. Nobody can explain why she wants to leave, but it made me realize that it's possible that she came to that house with bad intentions. It's possible that she's a nasty person. So maybe fire don't burn her so she cannot stay. We've also heard cases of people that escaped from kidnappers because they were praying. We've heard of cases of missing kids being returned because of prayer. So please, let's not even underestimate the place of prayers in our lives. The second thing on my list has to be for you to bathe your kids. Yes, I know it may seem like bathe my kids. For what? Yes, you need to bathe your kids. No matter how busy you are, please take out time. Bathe your kids, even if it's once a day. And if you can't do it, please supervise. Yes, a lot of times, people that later discover their kids were being abused discover during bath time. When they realize that, they're trying to wash a certain part of their child's body and the child says, it's paining me, it's hurting. That is when they get to know that, this child has been abused. So please let us bathe our kids too. Yes. And also, for kids that are being physically abused or being beaten, that is when you can see if these children have marks on their body. This thing was not there yesterday. How come it's here today? You can only find out these things if you bathe your kids regularly. So please, parents, no matter how busy you are, even if it's once a day, bathe your kids. And if you cannot even bathe your kids, please, once in a while, carry your child and inspect their body. Very important. You take your child to your bedroom, remove all the clothes from their body and inspect your child's body regardless of that child's age. As long as that child is still a minor, you have right over your child's body. So please, inspect your children's body. Check out for things that are not there. Check out for how they respond to certain touches, because sometimes, in fact, let me not even go into details, but please, it's very important. Bathe your kids and inspect your child's body. The third thing on my list is for you to walk in on your helps, sneaking on your nannies, especially if they sleep with your kids. So what I mean is, if they share the same bedroom with your children, please walk in on them, sneaking on them at odd hours of the day and at odd hours of night, sneaking on them. And please, don't even make it a routine where they now say, okay, madam comes in around 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Please switch it up. In fact, after walking into the room and coming out, walking again, badge on them. They live in your house, you have a right to do that. Of course, the only time you should not do that is when they are bathing, obviously. But please, whenever they are with your kids, walk in on them. Enter the room, do not knock the door, and please, if possible, let the door always be open. Please though, I don't know, but I feel like little things like this can go a long way in helping, okay? The fourth thing on my list will be to install a CCTV camera. Please, if you can afford it, please do so. This saying prevention is better than cure. This is it right here. You install your CCTV camera and you link it to your mobile device so that you can see what is going on in your house every time of the day. And please, when you do this, whenever you have people in your house, okay, you have relatives, friends, nannies, announce to them that you have CCTV in your home. Yes, let them know. That way, if any of them had any sick idea in their head, they will not even think of carrying it out. They will just die the matter. They will just kill that idea in their head. It's better you announce to them and they know what to do and what not to do, okay, than for you to just keep quiet about it, hoping to catch them in the act. Please, no. Just announce. As they're coming into your house, just tell them, please, it's also place and so place in the kitchen, outside, in the corridor, here. I have cameras everywhere in this building. This really works, They've been able to catch a lot of people. You know why? CCTV cameras. It's going to also help in gathering evidence in case they want to lie nonsense. You just bring out your camera and that is that, okay? Very, very important. The fifth method on my list is to have secret conversation with your kids. It's not every time you want to discuss with your children, you do that in the presence of other people or their helps or their nanny or caregivers, especially when you notice that something is obviously wrong with the child, or the child has even mentioned this person's name and then you carry the child in front of this person and say, repeat what you said in front of her again. No. A lot of times you need to question these kids secretly because they may be threatened, and probably just the mere presence of this person being there will frighten them and they may not be able to open up even if they did the first time. The sixth method on my list would be to boost their confidence. Okay, you need to boost your child's confidence. I've heard cases where a child is free to report anything that happens simply because the child is very confident in the parents. The child knows that my parents have my back. If anything happens, I can freely talk to my mom about it. It's not every time you're Margaret Thatcher in your house. It's not every time you're strict at home. Please, I'm not saying you should not be strict. If you want to be restrict, go ahead. If you say you're an African mother, yes, I'm an African mother. What my mother did to me, I will do to my kids. Please, no, okay? So yes, you need to boost your child's confidence. You know how maybe when you see a child crying, you're like, oh, who beats my baby? I will beat anybody that beats my baby. Even when you know that nobody beat that child, you just say that because you want the child to be confident enough to know that, okay, if I'm crying because somebody beat me, my mom is going to hurt that person as well. When you do that, your child will not even be scared of anybody threatening them. Your child will know that they can always come to mommy and tell mommy or daddy anything that happens to them. What I do a lot of times is that I randomly tell my child, oh, I'm here for you, I'm your hero, I'll always protect you. I say things like that. I give her words of affirmation. Even though it's like, okay, why am I doing that? She's too little to understand what this means. But I mean, if she grows up to always hear this, she'll always have it at the back of her head that my mom is there for me, my parents are there for me, okay? So it's very, very important to boost your child's confidence in you. The second thing on my list is to introduce sex education early to your kids, okay? I believe that for every child's age, there are appropriate means of introducing sex education to your kids. Let them know the parts of their body that are private organs, okay? You know why? Some of these sick people that, do these nasty things to kids end up making them feel like this thing is okay? Since their parents have not told them about it, it's probably fine. I've heard many cases where these kids even say that, okay, they actually enjoy this thing. Can you see how sad this is? They only get to know that what was being done to them was bad when they were already adults. It's very, very nasty, okay? So please, let them know early enough. If you had toddlers, there are ways you can communicate to them. Tell them their mouth is a private part. Yes, you don't go around sticking your mouth in any way. You don't go around sticking things in your mouth as well. Let them know this. The only thing you do with your mouth is to pray to God. You sing, you laugh, you play, you eat. If anybody tells you, come and use your mouth and do this to me, the answer is a big no. You must not put your hand in anybody's body. Respect people's private part as well, because sometimes they already know the private part of their bodies, but they may not know that it is also meant to be private for everybody else as well, okay? So let them know you do not stick your hand in anybody's body parts, okay? You do not do nasty things to anybody. See, guys, the matter just with me. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but I hope that, these tips are really helpful. So please, in the comment section, okay, please drop other tips. We never can tell who may stumble on this video and who will find it helpful, okay? So please drop tips and tricks parents can use to prevent their kids from being abused or molested. Please also let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this whole menace? Which way, like, what can we do? This entire cannot lie. Like, what can we actually do to end all this? Because I would really love to know. Something like this happening to anybody's child is a nightmare for that person as much as it is for the child. The child may even be too young to remember that this kind of thing happened, but trust me, for the parent, it's a lifelong scar. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and useful. If you've watched to this point and you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Please support me. So don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up and leave me a nice comment in the comment section, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
It no go make sense if you don't know the journey. I promise, mommy, but man got no worry.